Today we are considering a topic called Things Are Getting Better. We're really looking at how we can make our world a better place to live in. But of course, we start with a song. It's a version of a song that is in English and also in Swahili, but I'm singing the one from my mother tongue. Boy, for fun. Boy, for fun. Korobang kokeyam, poedi for fun, poedi for fun, poedi for fun. We have a very interesting divine example about dignity in labor. And these are the areas that I've highlighted. Genesis 2 verse 7, and the Lord God formed man out of the dust of the ground. So God was working. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden. God was working. So God works. And you can see is because he works, he's in a position to identify those that are skilled. And he did point out in Exodus chapter 31, verse 2 to 7. Of course, there are a number of other verses, even the building of the temple. There are people that were very skilled. But I just decided to pick an example from Exodus. I've chosen Bezalel, the son of Uri, grandson of Ur, from the tribe of Judah. I've filled him with my power. I've given him understanding, skill, and ability in every kind of artistic work, for planning skillful designs and working them in gold, silver, and bronze, for cutting jewels to be set, for carving wood, and for every other kind of artistic work. So God appreciates dignity. God sees dignity in labor. God appreciates labor. God identifies with labor. And God identifies those that are skilled. And he says, look, use this particular person because they are skilled. You know. And a book that I read back in the day, because I'm someone that enjoys language and literature, I decided to also bring it in. And this is a description of, the Mayor of Casterbridge. That's also the title of the book by Thomas Hardy. His measured, springless work was the work of a skilled countryman, as opposed and distinct from the desultory shampoo of a general laborer. So even the author recognizes those that are skilled, that even their disposition, their work is different from someone that is not skilled. So God works, God, sees dignity in labor, identifies those that are laboring, and even the world, gives accolades to those that are laboring. So all of us, we need, to be making a contribution to the economy and to the world that we live in. In fact, there are so many scriptures, but I picked Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. Whatever your hand finds to do, whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might. Give it your best. And of course, when people were being unruly, Paul wrote to the Thessalonians, that when we were with you, we even gave a rule. Anyone who is not willing to work should not eat. So Christians should not shirk their responsibility. They should give it their best. It's not being spiritual and then you neglect your activities. Give it your very best. But sometimes people can point out, but for young people, there are no jobs. I'll just give an example from a field that I'm very familiar with. And this is one of the examples that I also give to my students. Find something and get going. Even if you think there are no jobs, entrepreneurship is being put in all the syllabuses across disciplines. But what I want to focus on is user-generated content. For those that go through a media and communication program, which is really my field of expertise, usually we teach, part of the things that we teach is entrepreneurship. You can generate a lot of content and then monetize that content. There are even people that are not in media and communication that are generating content, user-generated content, and monetizing it. You can come up with a concept for a particular brand and try to sell it to the corporate body to find out whether they'll be interested in using the advertising message that you've produced. But let's get something doing so that we have a better world. Let's make our contribution to the world that we live in, give it our best shot, because we've seen there's divine approval for that. Even God himself worked. He rested on the seventh day. He recognizes those that work, So if all of us are making a contribution, I tell you, we'll have a better world at the end of the day.